Yizzo. Shout out to my sponsor, Jerron Hammond, Paidwear, paidwear.com. Let me close this door. Make sure y'all come in and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I don't get on here and beg for cash apps and none of that bum shit. I don't. I just get it from the muscle. What up? Detroit in the building. The D up in here early? What up? Top of the top. He said, I knew you was coming. Yeah, man, why not me? Everybody else giving their take on it. Why not me? Damn, I forgot my notes. I got some notes. No, I'm at my best when I got my notes. Hold on. Just in case I need to reference anything, I got some notes. I took notes. It's always a good idea to bring notes. Oh, these carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. It's magic. That Benz talk the other day got me hella motivated. That's what I'm here for. Been getting a lot of calls about that Benz talk. Been getting a lot of calls about that, man. That shit came from the heart, man. Sometimes you just gotta keep it funky, man. And I keep it funky with y'all, man. Everybody don't get on here with the dumb shit. Rat talk, all the destructive shit. I ain't with that. I'm not. He said he need his writers back. Find Quentin fast. Find Quentin fast. Y'all like the video as y'all come in here, please like the video. Likes are important. Likes trigger the search engine, man. The pride to prioritize the content. A lot of likes, a lot of comments. That's an indication of engagement. When YouTube see that, they start to push the video. They put it on the home page. You know what I'm saying? Did you listen to Drake new album? That's what I came here to talk to y'all about. I did. I came here to talk to y'all about it. I did. I know y'all want to hear that. Why this whole knowing he in the studio? Drake is an attention whore. He's an attention whore. He got everything he was looking for. I believe he charted 60 songs on Apple iTunes today. Just a bunch of shit to stroke a nigga ego, even though a lot of this shit is garbage. I think he's doing this. It's almost like a spoiled kid throwing a tantrum. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than everybody. Watch this. That's what it strikes me as. But substance, it just ain't there. And I've often spoke about being pro Drake. I like Drake's music. I listen to it in the gym. I listen to Lord Knows. I listen to Asthma Team. Um, I listen to quite a few. The Lemon Pepper Freestyle. I listen to Still Scheming. I listen to all his joints he did with Rick Ross. I'm definitely a Drake connoisseur. I like what he brings to the table. This shit right here. I think today is time for hip hop to be broke down into like subgenres, not just you got um rock, heavy metal, contemporary rock. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time for hip hop to be broken down into subgenres because a lot of the stuff that people are presenting to be hip hop is getting away from the natural elements of hip hop. I'm listening to this shit and I'm like, this don't rub me as hip hop. It don't. It don't. And I know he's a what you call a hybrid artist. What I mean by that is he raps and he got this harmony thing where he sings and shit like that. But a great comment was left on Instagram under my Instagram post about this album. A guy said, I tried to listen to it in the gym. Impossible. That's one place that this album, this shit that he dropped today, it it just doesn't fit in the gym. It seems like it's uninspired. I'm hearing from people that he owed the record label 3 albums. HTTR95 says it's good music. You're entitled to your opinion. I appreciate your super chat. I'm hearing that he owed a record label 3 albums, and he just dropped this shit to get out of the record deal that he was in. And according to some experts, they say that he might be the first artist to sign $1 billion $1 billion recording contract. How does that sound? What up? Yes, I think Drake and Chris Brown both gotta go away for a while and come back with real music. They're giving us 40 and 50 songs or nothing. Anytime somebody give you 50 songs, 3 albums, you know it ain't no good. You know it ain't no good. Too much of anything, it depreciates things, shit like that. So anybody that's saying that this shit is good, what he dropped is exaggerating. Definitely exaggerating. Let's go from the top though. The first song, Make Him Cry. I thought it was good. I thought it was okay. And then it becomes a snooze fest. Dust, Whisper My Name, Janice, Ran to Atlanta, lend my ear to that. Okay, he has a future appearance on there. Nothing exciting about it. Shebang, again, nothing exciting about it. Um, Number 7, Make 'Em Pay is the song that I like a lot. I mean, I like it. It seems to stand out amongst a lot of these tracks, and of course, that's the record that he said what he had to say about DJ Khaled not saying anything about the things that's going on in Palestine and shit like that. So let's say that that was one of the highlights of this project. As you in terms of a track list, the further you get from track one, an album, the songs probably should start like going down in value. Artists conventionally try to give you that heat early on to have you engaged and to listen to the rest of the project. Burning Bridges, National Treasures is okay. This shit ain't what everybody made it out to be. It isn't. It isn't. It if you trying to say that you're the biggest artist today, you got that. If you're trying to say that you're, more important than everybody in terms of the music business, you got that. But will we be talking about this shit in like another week? Will this even be a topic by Monday? I'm listening for the punchlines. Beats knocking. No. That's where we draw the line. Uh-uh. I just said snooze fest. If you trying to go to sleep or you trying to wind down and shit like that, then you probably would cut this on. But this ain't gonna get the party started at all. There's no direction. I didn't know what was going on, man. I'm just like, it sounds like what a lot of people were saying that he was trying to get out of accelerate getting out of this contract where he owed 3 more albums. So he pushed some music out there. Here, take this. I'm out of your contract. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like he did. Because this ain't the Drake that we've had in years past. And not only that, it sounds uninspired. If there's anybody who was supposed to record or bring forth some music recorded with a chip on their shoulder, or if there was anybody that was supposed to be inspired, it's this nigga. This nigga done filed lawsuits on niggas. He done been in a battle. He done been exposed. Rick Ross turned on him. He been exposed for having ghostwriters and a bunch of other shit. He done used Tupac, some artificial intelligence shit. Everything was in place for him to strike back. And I believe a lot of people felt that this was going to be his great, him getting his lick back. This ain't it. This ain't it. My man said, confused Caucasian. Iceman sounds like the scary hours Drake. He really rapping, but people are being lazy, not listening. How can you listen when the production ain't exciting? How can you listen? I mean, what the fuck? What do you want us to do? I'm confused like a motherfucker. I mean, even the song where when he mentioned Joe Budden. Okay, you knocked down one of Joe Budden's broads or the broad he was dealing with. That's believable. Chicks like Drake. I believe he done knocked down a whole bunch of niggas' broads. Everything that he said about the chick strolling through the double gates and shit like that. He done showed her some ultra extravagant shit. That shit will get your bitch out of her panties. It will. But I believe that there's been other records that were released within the last 6 to 9 months that was a little bit, well, a lot better than this. Seriously, the rollout, flawless. He got it. He didn't drop a whole bunch of videos and everything. The videos is all through YouTube, all through the algorithm. He dropped a whole bunch of videos and shit like that. If you wanted to ball hog the internet and show that you the guy and you could just flood and lock shit down, cool. But the substance, I don't know, pimp. When it's raining, get some tea and listen. Tea? Y'all hear this nigga? When it's raining, get some tea and listen. What the fuck is you talking about, man? You sound like a freak. This nigga bugging out. You ain't here chimping out, man. Some tea. Since when did tea go with hip hop? Where you from, my nigga? Since when did tea go with hip hop? This nigga said get a cup of tea. That's what it sound like. Tea time and shit. Yeah. That's what it sound like. Oh shit. He was being sarcastic. If I laughed, I laughed. If he was being sarcastic, we in here, we kikiing with you, fam. But I don't know. He from the UK. This just ain't it, man. This is the music that you would hear in a elevator music, or you might hear it in the lobby of a hotel. It just ain't no. It's just ain't no. We was expecting something like Kendrick would try to tear you apart, my nigga. Like he went at you and shit. Like this is your response. Did they not like us? Listen 7 days before you judge it. That's not authentic. That's not authentic. Your 7 day theory. I'm gonna give you a comparison. This is what your 7 day theory is. You know how they keep playing a song on the radio and shit, and you hear it over and over when you get in your car, and before long you start singing along. It's because you damn near programmed to they forcing it on you and shit. You keep hearing it, and next thing you know, you humming along to the shit. That's not how hip hop's supposed to go, and that's why I'm saying this is not hip hop. Why we gotta go through all of that to get? We didn't have to go through that when Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos came out. We didn't have to go through all of that with Boom and System. We didn't have to go through all of that with Full Cooperation. We didn't have to go through all of that with Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Until then, I'm gonna be talking behind the project. But we didn't have to go through that. We didn't have to go through that for John Blaze. We didn't have to go through that with Band from TV. I can go on and on and on and on We didn't even have to go through that with Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby and shit. Like either you liked it or you didn't right away. What's up with this week? We gotta list this shit for a week. You bugging? Drake's rap career is over. He should have left Kendrick alone. He literally caused his own demise. He need to go find Quentin Miller. He need to go find Quentin Miller and reevaluate things, man. If before you fuck up everything, and this goes to any artist that's listening, before you fuck up the whole picture, if you got to use if you got to use pardon me, a ghostwriter, go ahead and do it. Everybody's doing it. It's the rules ain't the same no more. You got rappers and you got MCs. I don't know if Drake might be he not even a rapper. I was gonna say Drake might be a rapper and not an MC. He tried to be an MC or wanted to be categorized with the MCs. Do you know anybody, y'all who are here listening? Do y'all know anybody um, that you were required to listen to the project for 7 days before you kind of got a vibe off of it? My man said he want to drink some tea and wait until it's raining outside. All three trash. It's similar to a dealer having a bunch of bad dope. Extra cut on this bullshit. Nobody wants it. Target music, like Most Def said. Drake is a pop musician. They left his corner already. He got Benny the Butcher on there. It's funny that you said that. I think this is one of the things that's wrong with this offering. Um, the collaborations. Trying to go to the tippity top and get the most prestigious collaborations and shit like that. That ain't always a good thing. That's not always a good thing. Y'all remember when we heard Deep Cover for the first time? Y'all remember? Are y'all old enough to remember when we heard Deep Cover for the first time? Was that the first time we heard Snoop Dogg Deep Cover? He said he added Benny for credibility. Was Deep Cover the first time we heard Snoop? I believe that was my first time hearing Snoop Dogg. Somebody said, "Yeah, that was it." All right, you remember that fresh energy that he brought to the table, Snoop Dogg? We probably can go. I probably can go on. Y'all remember when DJ Clue brought Fabulous to the table? There's nothing wrong with bringing something new to the table. I'm serious. There's nothing wrong with that. Bringing something new to the table. It seems like he wants to go to the creme de la creme of artists to feature with. Man, you could have tried somebody else. I'm not just gonna just randomly just throw names around, but has he ever done a song with Fabulous? Drake and Fabulous, that might be dope. That's kind of sound dope. That might have, cause Fab be on the Pretty Boy Fly shit and shit like that. You know what I mean? He said the beat grabbed you off top. When we first heard DMX, before DMX came out on with his own solo, and I know some of y'all gonna say, "Oh, I heard him already." Most of us heard DMX for the first time on what 4321. He did throw it in the remix back in '09. Throw it in the bag remix. Niggas done started something. I heard Snoop on a cassette tape with the convicts from Rap a Lot. Throw it in a bag remix. They said, you know it's bad when Mano joint is better. Not vouch for Drake, but he's brought new artists through before they all leave him. We was introduced to Drake by way of what? Young Money. That's Lil Wayne bringing forth some new blood into the game. Drake might have benefited by collaborating with some of the guys that's fresh out. I don't know who off the top of my head. I think the collaborations that he's choosing, not to put emphasis on that, but he chose Future. The song almost sounds predictable. And if before you even listen to it, if you Drake featuring Future, you already know what it's gonna be. A bunch of fucking repetitive hook type shit. So I'm the features things. He fucked up with Rick Ross. He done fell out with Rick Ross. I believe he lost a lot of credibility once he became under attack with the ghostwriter shit. I believe most people sided with Kendrick 100% when they was going through things. That might have changed his social circle, or the people that he choose to fuck with. People might have showed him a different face and put some strain on his musical relationships. I don't know, but I can't get on here and pretend like this music is good. This music is it's a sedative. It is. The hooks for him was his fadeaway shot, but his hooks aren't as strong anymore. Wayne was hot, and they put Drake in his spot. Music was mid. They say he dropped the 3 albums to get out the deal. Yeah, that's what somebody. I seen somebody saying that on Instagram. I think it was Isaac Hayes Jr. said that he did this to become a free agent, and he probably will end up being the first artist to sign $1 billion recording contract. He ain't utter a syllable about Pusha T. Think about when Wayne dropped Gossip. That was how he needed to come, but very lackluster effort. That shit was mid. Um, Taking shots at Hove and shit like that. I think that's just because he want to be in that conversation. But you just got roughed up by Kendrick Lamar, fam. You don't want none of Hove. Hove probably more than likely ain't even gonna respond to you and shit. It's too much theatrics going on, man, instead of putting emphasis on good music. But nevertheless, it's all over YouTube. I'm watching these guys do these videos, these reaction videos, and niggas got thumbnails looking like this. Like this shit hot. This shit ain't hot. This shit ain't hot, man. It's boring. It's not no good, man. With the exception of Make 'em Pay. Let's say it's I I got four jams tops that I like anyway that I will listen to again. Make 'em Pay is definitely one of them. But the production, the shit that he rapping about, that same monotone, slow flow, whatever you want to call it, it just ain't there no more. This ain't. There's music out that's better than this. Period. I scroll past the dumb face thumbnails. Yeah, K. Dot ruined his rap career. Make 'em Pay is the best song out of all 3 albums. I was leaning toward that. Um, I feel that Make 'em Pay is the best song, but the fact that he dropped 3 albums at once, that's not a good idea to do in music, period. It's not. And I seen people making videos saying something similar. Shout out to Mickey Facts. That's my guy. Mick put out a video and he was saying if you rush to rate this project already, then I can't really trust your judgment. But why isn't Drake being held to the same standards as everybody else? When we heard When It's Dark and Hell is Hot for the first time, that's DMX joint. What did you say after playing that shit? God damn it, this is hot. This shit fire. You know what I'm saying? If you when you played All Eyes on Me, play it, man, this shit fire. Why we got to why we got to hold on to this shit and keep on listening and listening and listening until it rubs you a certain way that you conclude that it's fire. I don't think that that's how music is judged. I don't. He said that wasn't facts what Mickey said. You can't make me like this bullshit. It's 2 mics out of 5. Yeah, so he said, as soon as the intro hit, we knew it was fire. We played it and ran it back. Yeah, let's just say this, right? When an album is good, you often have a hard time getting through all of it. You might find out from your man, track number 13 is fire too. Go listen to that. Because we be stuck on 1 through 6. You know what I'm saying? We keep playing, play that shit back. Oh, that's the shit, that's fire. Play that shit back, run that shit back. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody tell you, yo, track 13 is dope too. You gotta check that out. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these special conditions that's tied to this shit, it just doesn't. I can't conclude that this shit is any good. I can't. I love music. I'm fair. I'm not biased. I got a universal ear. Y'all know I listen to down south. Y'all know I listen to the Bay Area, West Coast, Midwest, East Coast. I've spoken about this shit here. I believe I'm the only platform, especially from the East, that's gonna talk about Spice One. That's gonna talk about South Circle. That's gonna talk about SIBO. It's gonna talk about Top Authority in Michigan, MC Breed. Like the coverage is universal. So this ain't. I have no reason to downplay this man's project. Rick Ross is on Instagram telling everybody this shit trash, man. The nigga shot his load, and guess what? When Rose drop, it's gonna be that shit. It's gonna be that shit. We don't even have to. We don't even have to. We already know what time it is. When Rose drop, that shit gonna be on there. I promise you. I promise you. Drake might as well hang it up or pull a stunt like Cheddar Bob himself or drop a sex tape. Speaking of the Cheddar Bob shit, I'm gonna go back to Drake in a second. Chud the Builder, Chud the Builder's bail has been set at $1.25 million. Did y'all see him gasp for air when that judge said $1.25 million? He never in a million years would have thought he was going to fucking jail. He was running around antagonizing people, thinking that he was going to be protected by white privilege and the law. Run around antagonizing people, shoot somebody, claim self-defense, and would be able to be protected by the laws. But it don't work like that. There's legal experts and attorneys all over social media right now. I seen one video, dude said he facing 61 years. You're not protected by self-defense and shit like that when you running around, pressing people's buttons. You were basically the aggressor and shit. So the laws are not gonna protect you with the self-defense shit. He got his karma. Yeah, he got his karma. He gonna probably try to hang up. He's going to the penitentiary. Don't be upset by seeing his people. They made a GoFundMe for him, and they raised a lot of money. They raised a couple $100,000 and shit. And they might even go as far as getting him out on bail for this shit that he's out on bail. Don't even We live in America. You already know we live in a racist country. There's people that were supporting what he did. They will support him with their money and resources and shit like that. So we've been here long enough to understand who we dealing with. There's people who co-sign that bullshit that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But he got a docket number. Deal with that. Straight up. Where did this guy come from? He's from Tennessee somewhere. It could have been Nashville. He's from Tennessee though, and his ass is locked up right now. Yeah, he can go get pegged by some real BBCs now. Right. They said, "How are you gonna sue and drop an album?" He did the same thing. Bots was used for him first. Yeah, that's something he just alienated. He showed that he's spoiled, man. He's a spoiled kid, man. Like it becomes a time when the mask will come off. When he sued dude about the fucking when he sued Kendrick or the record labels about allegedly tweaking the numbers on the streams and all this shit that he made up in his head, he was showing signs of being a spoiled kid then, right? This is what he came with, and this shit ain't no good. I'm glad that the social media shit is an open forum, so he can hear exactly what people are thinking, whether or not he has something in the tuck and he's gonna come with something after he signs his new deal. That remains to be seen. But as of right now, he's shooting blanks. Spoiled is the right word to sum this all up. That's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like. Yeah. He called it Iceman. The only men on ice are the ones in the morgue. Pack him up. And then he got the nerve to use the Michael Jackson glitter glove. All of these hidden allegorical meanings and shit that, man, you ain't on Mike level, man. You might can claim to be the Mike of this generation if you want to go that far based on sales and your successes, then cool, but you're not Mike, man. Mike didn't miss. He didn't. Act was fake excited. All square shit. Somebody said the Iceman rollout was better than the Thriller rollout. I disagree with you. If you want to say bigger, you can. Why? Because there wasn't no social media back then. If you didn't have MTV, if you wasn't didn't have a subscription to Rolling Stone magazine, you wasn't in tune with what Michael Jackson was doing. Now we got social media. Everybody's running around with a computer in their hand all day, so everybody is aware of what's going on with him. But no, he's not on Michael Jackson level. Make him pay is dope, bro. I pointed that out as the standout record, basically, on this project. I thought Make Him Cry, track one, was okay, but this this they had listening parties. People anticipate 12 o'clock to come on their channels. People was on their channels waiting for 12 o'clock to come to play this bullshit. And to act like it's exciting or it's a moment in music, a monumental moment in music, it's not. He don't. You can't even name what's the lead single. You can't even come to the conclusion on what's the lead single. What's the hot joint from here? Make them pay. Track seven is track seven is the cherry on top. Like track seven is the draw on this project. Grown men waiting for Arby drop. It's trash. I'm good on him. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this dick sucking ass nigga. You're confusing this live on age well. You yourself will be bumping Iceman hard as fuck in less than a week. Iceman changed the world over 20 singles. Man, get the fuck to stepping. The hell is wrong with you, man? Hip hop is 50 years old. Hip hop is 50 years old. Since when a motherfucker gotta listen to a project for a week to say this shit is good? Man, if you don't get this microwavable shit out of here, man, I'm buying a gong. I'm buying a gong. He typed that shit in all caps like it was gonna carry some weight. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. We gotta wait a week. Type of shit is that? People are always trying to create new rules. Do you know that this art form is 50 years old, man? I just mentioned, man. We didn't have to do that with DMX. We didn't. This shit hot. No, this shit going platinum. Didn't have to do that shit with Biggie Smalls. Didn't have to do that shit with Hove. You get judged today. All of that, listen to it for a week. When did that become a part of this shit? We ain't never did no shit like that. Don't you know that if the source was out right now, They would have gave him a rating today. They wasn't gonna listen to that shit for a goddamn week or a month and then give him a motherfucking a rating. They was gonna put the shit on the table, play that shit in front of all of the writers. I interviewed Kim Osorio on this platform. She said they would play the project in front of the writers from the source, and everybody would get a take on it, get a vote, and that's how they came up with the 4 or 5 mic system. We got to listen to it for a week. Man, get the fuck out of here. Some songs grow on you. List some songs that grew on y'all in here. Chat. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. What songs grew on y'all? Anybody? Two spins and we know if it's hot or not. Do or Die 3 AZ is a strong album. Somebody asked me about it. I said, so you know I'm not being biased. Y'all just asked me about the AZ shit. It didn't even require me to go live about I'm keeping it real. Music is powerful. Music is powerful. You supposed to anybody get any goosebumps from this shit or anything like that? Anybody get excited? Goosebumps? Anything? Any physical reactions and shit? You know, music can do that to you, right? No. You serious, Gully? What's good with AZ? I don't know. I listened to it. It just wasn't. I'm not gonna get on here and pump fake, fam. I like AZ. Love his music. That's not the one that he just that's not. He just dropped one maybe like a year ago. It had that song Just For You on there. That joint had some jams on there. This one, he got the Nas feature. The song is called Surprise, I believe. Him and Nas have done previous songs together. Where do you rank Surprise amongst the other songs that him and Nas have done together? You could put it in the comment section. AZ find my niche is dope. Okay. Shout out to Saint Basil from Philly. He said this project was this is the perfect analogy. Kobe Bryant shooting 10 from 41 from the field in a game, but people saying he still dropped 30. That's y'all doing with this. That's y'all doing with this. That's basically the same shit. Shout out to Boss. Incredible analogy that perfectly describes this moment. Shooting 10 for 41, you still drop 30 points. But that's an inefficient game. You was ice cold. Five out of 43 ain't a good ratio. Great analogy, great rapper, but mid album. Big Crit's new project is fire. That should be talked about. Let me get you up out of here, my nig. You don't have to be here. Anybody else? Anybody else want to be out of this chat? I don't put you out of this chat for 5 minutes. My banish, it's not temporary. Rub me the wrong way, you say some fly shit in here, your ass out of here forever and shit. You got to get your bitch phone to comment from here on out. You be banished from the channel. Got to give Drake props for putting Conductor on a joint. Hope homie make a bag off of this. This is how you get off the label. Yeah, you rush and just put out a project. If that's the case, he succeeded. He did it. If the production is mid, the album is gonna be mid. Make him pay gets my cosign. I like the beat. I like what he was saying. National Treasures is pretty cool. Make him cry. Track one, that was pretty cool. Everything else, there's nothing wrong with giving your giving a honest opinion on something. He missed. He might need somebody to tell him that. Do you know that there was people sitting around him listening to him play this bullshit in the studio? There was nodding their head like, "Yo, this that shit." When in all reality, all it took was one motherfucker to say, "Yo, this ain't it, my nigga." Motherfuckers don't be wanting to get kicked out the whip. Will you admit you were wrong if the album changes the game? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's already changed the game. He got 60 singles that charted on Apple iTunes. If you speaking about metrics, because that's what a lot of y'all try to do. Y'all try to make metrics govern, you know, y'all try to make metrics govern the ultimate judgment of music. That's the same as y'all saying Eminem's the GOAT. He's the biggest selling artist of all time. He ain't the goddamn GOAT. He ain't even in like the top 15 or some shit like that. But y'all, based on metrics, because that's what you're trying to say, change the game. Why the fuck? We've listened to music to change the game. We've listened to music to change the game before this. All Eyes on Me. The Chronic album. We didn't have to listen to that shit for no week. The hell is you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You can't just give me an example, please. I just placed one at I just placed one on you. We didn't have to listen to the Chronic for a week to say, yo, we didn't. We didn't. So music is a feeling, not a number. Thank you. People always move the meter for who they like. Thank you. Once a rapper get exposed for having writers and got to do shit on their own, it's not the same. Same restaurant, different chef. He need to go get Quentin Miller back. What we don't want is bad music. So if in order for you to put out something nice, if you need your ghostwriter, go back and get him, fam. Go back and get your ghostwriter. We forgive you. We already know you're not no elite lyricist. The fact that you've been caught with ghostwriters, let us know. You know what I'm saying? They got reference tracks that's public from Quentin Miller. Um, I forget the name. One of them ended up being a big song for Drake. I can't remember the name of that song. I heard it with my own ears. I'm like, damn, you flat out busted. Better go back and get go back and get your ghostwriter, my nigga, because we want some good music from you. We in a bad place right now. We like Drake music. I said that at the beginning. But if you didn't fuck the formula up, go back in there and get that shit right. He made 3 albums for this pacified, emotional, ruined, highly feminine era of music listeners. Do you remember the first time you heard Deep Cover? That shit made you feel something. Exactly. Didn't know Snoop from a can of paint. Never heard him before. This is that shit. God damn. This nigga talking about we gotta listen to it for a week. It's gonna grow on you. Get the fuck out of here. 10 bands. That's it. The reference track for 10 bands is online. You can listen to it and then you can listen to Drake joint. He's busted. Go ahead and wear that, my nigga. You're an entertainer. You're not an MC. Period. Rico joined the 10 bands joint Quentin Miller's reference tracks. We thought Snoop was gonna be like that. Snoop didn't write those songs. So what? That shit was fire. If DOC wrote it, so what? So what? So what? We want some dope. We want some dope. The problem is he didn't deliver. They've been talking about this Iceman shit for months, damn near a year. I looked up some shit before I got on here. They've been talking about this shit for almost a year. And this is what he came with. Stat Quo said he wrote for Snoop. Feelings are controlled. Male feelings for a woman, her life. Everyone feels emotions. Music brings it up out of you. I got the chills the first time I heard Ambitions of a Rider. I didn't get that feeling from Iceman. Me neither. First time I ever heard a reference track was Big for Kim on Queen Bitch. That's when I knew he was a genius. His run is over. That's it. He gonna have his stands. I never liked Drake. Weak, emotional woman shit. I liked him. I liked him. Somebody said, fuck out of here. Snoop was a young boy who could freestyle. That early material was all Snoop. Alrighty. His run is over, but he's still number one. Keep running this shit in the gym, you gonna like it. This shit gets no play in the gym. Somebody done already tested it. I told you somebody on IG said they tried to listen to the gym and listen to it in the gym. It's not gonna work, man. It's elevator music. Maybe some old Drake, maybe some old Drake joints will work, but this is not it. Didn't get on here to bash him. I'm not here to influence anybody's taste in music. If you like it, that's cool. Go stream it and listen to it till you blue in the face. But the rollout was way larger than the finished product. That's the truth. I can't front. The first time I seen Thriller video, I was stuck. I'm like, what is it, a movie for MJ or something? Hmm. Let me see what cities is up in here. What cities is in here listening to Drake today? What cities is in here listening to Drake today? Please tell me. Virginia. I can feel it. We knew that that was a hit. Snoop didn't even get to spit a verse. DC. Philly. What up? Drake hasn't recovered from Kendrick's ass kicking. Atlantic City, New Jersey. Cleveland. What up? What up? South Philly. Excuse me, I ain't listen to that shit. Houston, Texas. Buffalo. Long Beach. Charlotte, North Carolina. Stamford, Connecticut. 313. Baltimore. Flatbush, Brooklyn. Plainfield, New Jersey. What up? Camden, New Jersey. What up? Phoenix. Greensboro, North Carolina. I haven't heard anybody bumping it in LA yet. Buffalo, New York. ATL. Roxbury. Tallahassee. West Baltimore. We not listening to Drake. Philly. West Philly. What up? Just left Philly heading to Toledo. St. Louis. Love that. That shit gets no play in my ride. The Bay Area. Boston. My man said I'm bumping the stylistics. Harlem. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm not fucking with it. I might give it another listen because it's on my desktop, but I don't think this is going to be a topic after the weekend. I'm serious. Drake, he doesn't be in this type of situation right now. The way this discussion is going, we've never even seen Drake in a discussion like this. It's never been debatable whether or not the shit was good. This is the first time, which leads me back to my point. Anytime Drake has dropped, we never got this listen to it for a week sentiment. We never got that. This whole listen to it, tune in for a week. We didn't have to do that with all of his prior shit. Why we got to do that now? We didn't have to do that with Kendrick. We didn't. So why we gotta listen to it for a week? Why do this shit need a grace period? I don't understand. I don't understand. Columbia, South Carolina, Oakland, Hartford, Connecticut. I just seen a truck full of blades singing Drake new album, putting on lip gloss. Hey, my man, Doctor Unique Page, whatever your name is, you got one more again, and you getting up out of here. Try it again. I remember how I felt when Machiavelli, Life After Death, All Eyes on Me, Blueprint, it was written. This girl, Peace Gully in the chat. I appreciate your super chat, young lady. Thanks a lot. Drake want to be down with Cali so bad. First LA, not a Bay. Come on, bro. He got a song on here called Ran to Atlanta with Future. Even that couldn't rescue him. Nobody's even talking about that. I bet he thought that was going to rub us a certain way. Never had to listen to Liquid Swords for a week. Drake is dropping victim raps. Now somebody's going to tell me that I'm out of tune. This is not the first time this happened. You out of tune. Sounds like the artist is out of tune. If it take a week or two for a motherfucker to appreciate what you brought to the table, it don't sound like I'm out of tune. It sound like the nigga that recorded it is out of tune. Rose was clowning him. You Negroes are hard to impress. It's hip hop music, man. I don't even think this shit that he dropped qualifies as hip hop music. Like I said, I think that it's time for hip hop to be broken down into subgenres. You know, like they got rock, hard rock, heavy metal, contemporary. Hip hop might have to start doing that. All of this singing and moaning and shit like that, say fucking hip hop. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. He's gotten away with this. He always would give you one. We just want one. If you want to say make him pay as the one, okay, whip de do. But this shit will not be spoken of in another week. I'm telling you, it's gonna be on to the next. The drum should define hip hop. I think I agree with you on that. It's not. This rap music, Drake blaming colorism. To my main man that said that shit, we ain't have to listen to Cuban Links for a week. The infamous Illmatic, or it was written for a week. Why do we have to listen to this shit for a week? Don't make any sense. All right, man. There's nowhere else for me to go with this. I gave y'all my take on it. You're gonna go to other platforms and they probably gonna give you an exaggerated account of how they feel about it. He's with DJ Academics right now. Act probably is gonna be favorable. Um, it just ain't it, he don't this don't qualify as hip hop for me. For homeboy who said I think hip hop should have drums and shit like that, I feel you. I agree with you. It's supposed to sound a certain way. It started out sounding a certain way, kicks and snares and drums and shit like that. All of this sentimental shit, man. Go take that shit somewhere else. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. Follow me on Instagram at I am gullytv underscore. Go to my website and get the trifecta. If you happen to be a fan of hip hop, man, I got the hard copies of PILLMATIC 2. PILLMATIC 3 is available on all streaming platforms. Like I said, for those who into hip hop, PILLMATIC 3 got Flea Lord, Zip with the Drip, Mickey Fax, Planet Asia, Mr. Fab, Big Oo, Shaheem, Roscoe P. Cold Chain. These niggas that I'm mentioning to you, they hip hop artists. Right now, from what Drake just gave us, he don't qualify as a hip hop artist. They're gonna have to find a different label for the shit that he's putting out. All right, I'm out. Peace.